Alrighty, here we go. Sorry, excuse me. So, of course, this is patch 39235. I haven't gotten another ad. I'm actually not sure. Okay, yeah, looking at it now, it is still currently only up on PC and Android. It is not up on Xbox yet. Android public test branch is up on Firebase/app tester. And Matt says to please note that there are some known rendering issues on the rocks. So, oh, wait. For critter improvements. Critter growth. Critters now have a chance to spawn at different growth stages. Baby critters are slower, smaller, and weaker, and their corpses provide less food. Baby critters are less common, and adult or subadult critters are more common. There is now a rare chance for an alpha critter to spawn. Alpha critters are larger, have more health, are faster, and deal more damage than regular critters. Alpha critter corpses provide significantly more food than regular critters. Critter footsteps. Critter footstep sounds now take into account the terrain type they are walking on, such as dirt, grass, rock, etc. They also added a large number of additional critter skins. And then all critters now have a unique baby skin and alpha skin, so it's clear to the players if the critter is dangerous or not at a distance. Updated critter footstep sounds to be less loud. Critters now have better turn-in-place animations. Added growth sound adjustments to all critter sounds. They are now higher pitched when a baby and lower pitched when an alpha. Added blue blood to scorpion and horseshoe crab. They do not provide blue meat chunks at this time, and I am unsure what that is referring to. I have heard about like them kind of wanting the diet system to be more complex, and like, you know, there's gonna be different types of like meat and whatnot that you may or may not be able to eat. So maybe that's what it's talking about. You know, the normal food would be red meat chunks and red blood. Now we've got blue. That'll be a new diet type. That is my assumption. Then we go into a Didophodon, Paleo, Saniwa, and Frog can now attack players if they are small enough. Then, critters now will spawn depending on the time of day. For example, some critters will only spawn at night or during the morning. Pamelaria will now spawn. And I believe that that is the new AI that I was talking about that they created. Please, the last diet update made things such a struggle. Don't make even more food limitations. I think it's a matter of we just need to learn and get used to new systems. And then, of course, like right now, AI corpses like just do not give you very much food. And then they also made the Coelosaurus not so talkative, because they do tend to talk all the time. Buzz, 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 buzz. Okay, sorry. Got Jiggy over here buzzing. Oh no! I've been given a turtle! Hold on. I'm surprised I was managing to hit it. I demand marks for this ambush. Hey there, dragon! How are you? Was checking out the public test branch? Yes. I'll finish going over the patch notes in just a minute. I just... We can't just ignore Jiggy. Plus, I think she probably would have just spawned a million alpha turtles on us. Oh. I has meat chunk. I don't know what I expected. Of course I'm not gonna pick up a giant turtle. Yeah. We were originally gonna play on officials today, but then the update dropped and I was like, word? An excuse for me to stream the public test branch like I've been saying for like a month now that I would? Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Hold on. I scrolled up too much. I need y'all to be able to see... Yes, audio improvements. Footstep updates. Footsteps now have completely different sounds, audible distances, and have distant thumping effects depending on your character's weight, or on your creature's weight and growth stage. So like y'all can hear now with us playing Apexes, you just got these thundering footsteps in the distance. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. But of course, like, smaller dinos or babies don't really have that thunder to their steps. Fixing water, or fixed water splashing sound being too loud and heard from large distances. And reduced volume for bone break sounds, as they were audible from really far distances as well. Oh yeah, I bet. It sounds great in my headset, man. Goosebumps. Then we shall get into some general fixes, and give me just a second. Let me scroll a little bit. The way that I had to have this set up, like, there's so much more page up above that's just cut off the screen. You did notice that if you walk in water now, it was sometimes very loud. So that might be a bug worth reporting. I imagine that's probably unintentional. So they fixed an issue where rarely the fog would not render properly when leaving the water. Updated the UI for the replay menu to use a new framework. There shouldn't be many, if any, visual differences. Fixed the login debuff, occasionally causing jittery movement. Fixed upfallen redwood hollow logs having poor texture tiling. An updated Deinonychus trot and run animation. Then we've got combat changes. Updated a number of ability descriptions to ensure they are accurate to the way the ability works. Family Chorus now provides a passive 10% stamina recovery buff while you are solo. Aquilabator and Struthi will now play jitter animations when paralyzed. Fixed an issue where clamped targets were accumulating any knockback applied to them for the duration of their clamp, throwing them a far distance when they were finally released. I have to say, I never saw this happen, but I would have laughed my ass off. Like, that seems like something that would have been absolutely hysterical to witness. Just being yeeted across the map after being added strong claws to Aquilabator and Ramphorhynchus. It is a passive ability that makes them immune to knockback while latched. And made several changes and made several charges and Stomp abilities immune to knockback. Ability descriptions have been updated for abilities that shouldn't be cancelled by knockback anymore. And then Aquilabator Ripping Kick now uses more stam. Just got killed by an alpha Deinonychus. Those things are dangerous. Oh, geez. Yeah, I bet. They were already really fucking dangerous. Alright, and so now we are gonna get into dino-specific combat updates. Let me space this out a little bit better for readability. And give me just a second, let me hydrate a little bit, before I dive into this. Y'all could probably read ahead if y'all want to, though, a little bit. Actually, there's an ad break due in 2 minutes. Let me go ahead and run that real quick. And I'll hydrate, take a quick bio break, and then we will get into these dino-specific combat changes. I'll see y'all in just a few minutes, guys. Okay, I'm back. Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Was catching up on some messages. But also, guys, Beerus is in a position where I can do a little Beerus cam. Look at the bean! I don't even know where to put this. He's just like, mother, why? Hold on. So what I'm kind of thinking is putting it behind me a little bit, and I'll move, Soren out of the way. And then Soren can just come, like, right here with me. Yay! I got both of my pets. I got my dragon and I got my kitty. Now then, and the ad is over. So, we can get into, dino-specific combat updates. Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold on. There we go. That's better. Lambeosaurus. So what do we got going on? Paddletail has been disabled and will no longer be usable. You will get a marks refund if you previously had this ability unlocked. Dunking Kick has been moved to the tail slot and now provides a passive swim turn speed buff while equipped. That turn speed buff is 10%, which swim turn speed specifically. Webbed Feet now reduces swimming stamina usage by 50% instead of 20%. Protector now provides a passive armor buff of 10% that can be used while solo and accumulates with any additional Protector group stacks. They improved the back kick and tail attack to make them easier to use. Improved the hitbox of the back kick and tail attack to make them easier to use. Healing Presence can now be used solo. And Bipedal Stance now provides a 2.5 times damage boost for front kick. Previously, it was only 2 times. Gonna scroll up a little bit, because next we've got Struthiomimus. Let me break it up a little bit. So, they changed Leap to be a leg slot ability. Herbivore Parade buff increased to 10% from 4%. Also now provides a passive buff if equipped while you are solo. Removed the group requirement for the scout ability, but only applies to trotting speed. Swift tempo now lasts 15 seconds. And on alert now has a range of 200 meters from the previous 100. Excuse me. Yeah, he loves that little bed, man. And he can see, like, out of the game room, and, like, the way everything is lined up, you can, like, see through another little door kind of out into the living room and entrance. So he likes to sit there and watch for when Cypher comes home. But then, of course, when he's looking, like, towards us, like, towards chat and whatnot, the window is on that side. So he's looking out the window as well. But yeah, whenever I'm not doing art, I can just keep that camera right there for y'all to see the bean. So I'm really excited with all of this can be used solo stuff. Like, they're not giving us stuff like Lone Survivor and whatnot, but they're still messing with some of the abilities to give to solo players, you know, to try and help them out. And, like, with the scouting ability, it said, but it only applies to trotting speed. I don't remember exactly what the scout ability does aside from that, but, like, I think that's cool. Break the ability up a little bit to let parts of it be used for solo play, if it's not feasible for the entire ability to be able to be used while solo. Moving on, moving on. We've got Kentro. Break its notes up some. Bloodlust now provides 20% bleed damage boost from 25% and reduces damage by 5% from 25%. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this really confused me. Let me just read y'all what Sereth told me to help me understand what exactly this meant. It's good. It is a good thing, for sure. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay, so... I think it's this message that I'm looking for. So let's say bleed value of an attack is 0.20. And your base damage that you deal is 60 damage. So that 0.20 would be 20%. So 20% of 60 damage would be added as bleed. So the higher the amount... God damn it. This is hard. Sereth. Your bleed damage would also be scaling with your base damage. So... in the past, you would do 25% more toxin, but all of your attacks dealt 25% less damage. So it was kind of like canceling it out a little bit because of the fact that it's like tied together. So lowering your damage was also lowering the amount of toxin or bleed or whatever it was that you were applying. So they adjusted that. So now you do 20% more, but all of your attacks deal 5% less. So it's a good thing. It makes all of those abilities like more worth it now, instead of you more or less kind of just negating what buff you would have had. Moving on. Tail Swing's animation speed has been increased slightly. Tail Attack's animation speed has been increased slightly. Juke will now keep your momentum when used. Spit now costs no stamina to use. And Counter Turn now has a cooldown of 2 minutes, while it was previously 3 minutes. It's also, wait, it's a good solution to encourage group use over, like, not grouping but playing together. Yeah, Dragon, that is also true. Where are we? Okay. Iguanodon. Fixed back kick, not being easily usable when using precise movement and kicking at the same time. Also improved the hitbox of back kick to make it easier to land. Improved the hitbox of tail attack to make it easier to use. And Thumb Barrage can now be used while sprinting, but it cancels your sprint when you use it. Then we've got Miragaia. Envenomation now provides 20% venom or toxin damage boost from the previous 25% and reduces damage by 5% from 25%. So, same thing as with Kentro, just dealing with venom and toxin instead. Oh, well, that's super sweet of Jiggy to have done. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I honestly completely forgot that I was in game. So, yeah, I got kicked. I still have the meat chunk in my mouth. Yeah, I've got 10k marks. That's super sweet of her. Thank you, Jiggy. Wow. And the meat chunk is like still registering as 100% meat chunk that I could drop. That's amazing. Has it always been like that? It saved my food. Okay. Spit now costs no stamina to use for the Miragaia as well, of course. Counter Turn now has a cooldown of 2 minutes instead of 3. And they adjusted the tail attack hitboxes for Tail Barrage and Charged Swing. There is only one note for the Pachy, and that is that a Skull Bash no longer shares a cooldown with the default headbutt attack. Hell yeah. Then, going into some changes for the Pycno. Increased animation speed of the Deep Breath vocal ability. Juke now usable while running. Headbutt now deals more knockback, increased to 10 from 7. Bulldozer and Deep Breath now lasts 2 minutes. I am unsure what it lasted previously. Mouth Guard now provides greater damage reduction from recoil damage. Nice, nice. There are only 2 notes for our Dasp, which is increased Shattering Cry duration to 120 seconds from 60. And Rampage now scales at 50% health rather than a max health. Alright, let me space everything out for Deinonychus just a little bit. Yes, and hello, how are you? So, Slicer has been moved to the generic ability slot and can now be equipped independently of your other head abilities. Reduced Slicer's healing by 50%. Pack Hunter ability now increases healing by 25% for yourself, even when solo. Additionally, with 2 Pack Hunters in your group, you now gain increased damage by 20%, and 3 Pack Hunters decreases Pounce stamina drain by 25%. Increased Pack Hunters range to 75 meters. I am glad to hear, Sin, and I am doing good, doing good. Having fun with the, public test branch. We had like a lot of chaos right at the start because Jiggy was testing out all of the AI and whatnot. But things calmed down, so then we came and found a nice little spot to sit and read over the patch notes. So those who are like only just now coming in, if y'all want to see like some crazy shenanigans, y'all will be able to see that when the VOD goes up this afternoon. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Understandable. On Alert has a range of 200 meters now. Meat Shield... Wait, Meat Shield now no longer debuffs speed while latched. Meat Shield now makes user immune to knockback while latched. Loose down cooldown reduced to 1 minute. Static Cling now provides 50% reduction while pounced from 20. Sever Tendon now provides 2% speed debuff from 1%. And Distracting Chatter now has a range of 50 meters and provides 25% more armor. Jiggy talking about an Alpha Critter Fight Club. Look, you need to put a pine cone in your mouth or something, Sereth. I hear your trike talk and it distracts me. Okay, let me space out Latin. Shred has been disabled and will no longer be usable. You will get a marks refund if you previously had this ability unlocked. Mangle has been updated to now do the same effect as Shred while you are latched. Mangle will continue to function the same as before if you are not latched. The animation for this change has not yet been finished, so this might look visually strange for now. Removed the nighttime requirement for leaping start, and Latin can now crouch walk while waiting, / having the buff charged up. Featherweight now has a cooldown of 30 seconds instead of a whopping 5 minutes. And Bloodlust now provides 20% bleed damage boost from 25% and reduces damage by 5% from 25%. So that goes into the same thing we were talking about earlier with Kentro and Miragaia. Your bleed effect will be more effective, basically, now. We're getting almost done, guys. Let me break up the Cerato changes, because there is quite a bit going on here. Okay. Fixed rapid strike buff not stacking without a body. Rapid strikes and lunge are now usable anytime, so not only when near a corpse, and their base damage has been reduced by 50. However, now, when you are within 75 meters of a player's corpse, they will gain 100% increased damage. Juke will now keep your momentum better when used. Regeneration Hide ability now also increases bleed, bone break, poison, venom, and toxin healing by 40%. Nice, nice. Fixed solid frame, causing the player's health bar to not display its value accurately when viewed on a group name tag. Thank goodness. This was driving me crazy. Just me sitting here wondering why my group mates weren't helping fight while it shows that they've got full health. Would come to find out, no. They were not doing good on health at all. Thrash's damage recoil is now treated as piercing damage and will ignore any additional armor you may have. Solid frame now provides 100 health instead of 200. Bulwark now reduces damage only by 10%. All corpse abilities use 75 meters as the base range, from 25 meters previously. And Carcass Tracker now has a range of 250 meters. Allo only has a single note at the moment, which is that they reduced the base bite damage to 55 from 60. Not really sure why. I don't have any experience with Allo either, really. But who knows? Maybe something's coming for it. Tyrannotitan has only 2 notes for it. The first is that they increase the duration of dash to 6 seconds from 3. Dash is also now not interruptible and immune to knockback. Juke can now be used while running. Yay! Then, of course, known issues. Family chorus costs 0 marks. Featherweight has an incorrect description. Envenomation, damage reduction isn't fully applying as intended. Precise movement in the water isn't behaving as intended. I don't know what this is. Some form of AI has no attack sound. Or one of the critters, I'm assuming. Rex is not enabled for this patch, and then of course the note that Android has some artifacts on certain assets and rock assets. Woo! Alright.